Oh man, like the title says, this is a car guy's worst nightmare. You might be thinking bodywork. Bodywork is terrible, and most car guys don't like doing that. But my perspective on a car guy's worst nightmare is just seeing their car apart. I'm not going to let this stay apart for too long, and I refuse to lose motivation. So I will be here every day until this car is back up and running. And we're going to start it off today with figuring out the exact position of where I want to be height-wise. So my coilovers, I need to lower them. The fronts don't need to go any lower. That's as low as I'm going to go. But the rears, obviously I have no flares on, but they definitely need to go a little bit lower. So let's get this thing jacked up. Let's get the coilovers out because there's another weird thing that you can't do on a G35 sedan, and it's adjust the dampening on the top of the coilover. So these coilovers were brand new when I got them. When I put them in the car, I can adjust the ride height up and down, but I can't adjust the dampening. So when I take them out right now, I'm going to do a maximum stiff so I can build the flares around a max stiff coilover, and then we'll move forward from there. So we got the coilovers out, and I air compressed them off. I probably should clean them because they're so beautiful. I should probably keep them clean. But if you guys didn't know what I was talking about with the dampening, there's these little things on top that you can control the dampening with. This one is in the middle, so I believe these are 32-way coilovers, so that means they go 16 ways soft, 16 ways hard. But I have them in the middle, which is bone stock. So I'm going to turn them all the way to hard, and then go one click off of hard. So one click, and I think that's a good spec. This one I turned all the way to hard, so I'm gonna do one click back. You can see with both of them flush right there. This coilover is probably about a ½ inch taller. Just because I was moving these around, I didn't really get a time to perfect them, and that the flares were built different. But now I released this collar, and I'm going to take it all the way back up to where this one is, which is going lower, and I'll tighten this one up, and we'll have the same exact height. I might lower this one actually a tiny bit more too. I'm going to do about a ½ inch on this one, and then probably 3/4 of an inch on this one. I got both the coilovers back on the car, and the fitment is a lot better. It's not lopsided anymore. The front, I think, is a little lopsided. I think this side needs to go down a tiny bit, and then I need a tiny little spacer. You can see this side's a little bit more poking, and the fitment's a little weird on this side. But I got out the flap disc, and I kind of did a rough Sharpie on where I'm going to put the flare, and I just buzzed off all the paint and old Bondo and primer to bare metal so that I can weld it. But that looks a lot better than just trying to have like a little thin line of metal that I'm welding on, especially because I'm going to be doing Bondo a lot higher now. Therefore, I want the Bondo to stick to the bare metal. The air compressor on right now that I'm going to blow off the whole car and myself. And then I'm going to get this back inside the shop because the shop is so clean right now. I don't want to get it all Bondo-y. We got it back inside the shop. I just tacked it up with the flux core. It looks terrible. I'm not going to get too close. If you want to look hard enough, screenshot, zoom in. But it's not amazing. It is on there. And between each gap that I have, I'm going to go in with the real welder or possibly borrow a welder and completely weld in the whole flare so it's on there forever. But check that out. That's what the car looks like with a 3-inch wide body flare on it. It looks literally 10 times better than the 2-inch. I'll put a picture of the 2-inch right here. And you can see that the 3-inch just sits way higher. Obviously, it's over the door. The old flares would sit underneath the door. But yeah, definitely going to have to order a Dremel so that I can cut into this door right here. I'm going to do basically this little line right here, but farther down now, like that. And then I'll weld in a little piece of metal in between that, do the body work, and it'll look really cool. So I got this other side flare welded on. I need to still go in with the other welder, obviously, but I think it's good enough welded on there where I can cut the triangle out for the door. That goes along with the lines pretty good. I'm going to try and stay on the bottom side of that line and cut this up with the angle grinder instead of the Dremel. I ordered one, and it's going to take a couple days, but I also still have 2 more flares, so if I mess these up, then I can put those on. But I'm going to try not to mess these up. So let's go attack this thing with the angle grinder and see how far that takes us. My ears are ringing, but we made the cut and the door open. So I was scared that the inside of the door was going to get caught on this, but look at that. It opens and closes. I might even trim this inner side piece down a tiny bit or even just flap disc it. But the main objective now is to get out a piece of cardboard. Well, clean this up first, but get out a piece of cardboard and get a perfect piece of cardboard fitted to that exact position so that we can go get some sheet metal, cut that out, and then I can weld that in, and then it'll be a perfect flat surface for me to throw on some body filler, and it'll look amazing. So I cut out the piece of cardboard for this inner door jamb. You can see the welds are terrible. I'm not a welder, but yeah, we got this whole piece in there. When I put the fiberglass in, it'll hold it together. It is already super strong right now, but like when I do the fiberglass, I'll be able to hold that together a lot better, and it'll look pretty much just like a stock door jamb, just folded out. You'll see when I get there. But with it closed, you can see this line isn't perfect, but when I get to fiberglassing everything, I'll be able to manipulate this line a lot better. And this is pretty much as close as I can get. I can maybe grind down this edge on the inside right here, and then this line right here. But for the most part, the fiberglass will fix a lot of the flaws that are in this right now. Just got done with the first coat of fiberglass Bondo. You can see I covered all the welds, and that looks already 10 times better. Check out the door jamb. That's gonna be looking fresh after I sand that down. I'm gonna end it off here, guys. It was a small video today, but we got a lot done. So I'm gonna peace out. I hope you guys like this video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. I'm replying to every single comment that's not a robot. Hopefully in the next video, we can start tackling the front fenders. Just make that body line perfect. I'm not doing the flares on it, but I just wanna make that body line perfect. And then we can go ahead and wrap this car again. Peace out.